Morbius is coming out soon if anybody still cares. Let's talk about it.
Oh, just chilling in my garage and talking about movies.
Ever since the start of the pandemic, we've had a slew of movies that have been delayed. Some examples are like F9, The Kingsman, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Top Gun Maverick, and a bunch of other films that studios have kept from us and are still keeping from us. This is my personal opinion, but delayed movies have kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. Like, I was excited for these movies, but then they got pushed back, and now at this point, I don't really care. And I don't know if this could come off as like a shallow statement, but a lot of these films are like old news now. We saw a lot of trailers to these films in like the first half of 2020, and they won't be released a year or more after that. It makes me feel like the pandemic killed the hype for a lot of these movies. Since the start of the decade, I haven't been like super excited for like a big movie to come out. Besides the Batman. That's like the only exception. But everything else, yeah, sure, maybe I was excited at first. Like, for example, Halloween Kills, I was super pumped about it. And then they delayed it a year. And so you had time to like sleep on it. And then like by the time that it came out, I was just like, oh well, whatever. I mean, when they released these trailers super early, I mean, nobody ever knew this shit was gonna happen, right? That all these movies would have to be pushed back. But when they released a lot of them, a lot of the trailers, they lost their momentum. The hype lost its momentum, in my opinion. You see, the trailers give you like a little taste of the cake. And what they did is they just stored away the cake for a year or more, and then all of a sudden they bring it back out again. Like, hey, like here's the rest of the cake. And you're able to eat it, the whole thing, but now it's kind of stale and it doesn't taste as good as it did as like that little piece that you had when you watched the trailer.
So yeah, we have gotten a lot of these movies last year, like the new Fast and Furious, the new James Bond movie, Ghostbusters. But even when those movies dropped, I didn't have the motivation to go and see them. That excitement wasn't really there. And that's why I'm making these videos on YouTube talking about movies, because lately I have been very disconnected with cinema. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to recapture the magic, and I'm trying to recapture my passion for film. I mean, the past couple of years it's been tough because of all these delays. And it's hard to really look forward to anything. And it's hard to look forward to anything that's new.
I don't know if this is like being like super critical about stuff like this. You can't really do much about it. I almost wish though that a lot of these films should have just moved on. Find a loophole in streaming. A lot of films did that. I mean, like Bill and Ted Face the Music was an amazing movie, and that went to streaming. But no, we're gonna push back all these movies, and to me it's like eye roll inducing. And is it like even worth it? Now yes, streaming does take away from the theater experience. I totally agree with that. But what's the point of shelving a movie like, let's just say like Morbius, for so long? I remember seeing a trailer of Morbius in January of 2020. That was over 2 years ago. I don't care anymore. And like, what makes this film so special that it like needs a theatrical release? I guess you could say that it's Marvel. It's a big product. To me, it doesn't look like anything special, really. And it's crazy, like something that looks like it's like a middle of the road type of movie has so many release dates, so many pushbacks. So you got the first one, July 10th, 2020. And then they moved it to July 31st, 2020, which isn't a big deal. It's only a 2-week difference. It's like whatever. And then it was moved to March 19th, 2021, which a lot of films from 2020 were moved back to the next year, which, I mean, that's nothing new about that, right? And then it was moved to October 8th, 2021. Oh, but we can't do that because Venom's coming out like that month. So then Sony decided to move it to January 21st, 2022, 2 years after the trailer came out. So, okay, like, sure, we'll get the movie now. No, okay, we're going to move it again, just like another week, January 28th. But then, of course, there's a surge. And a lot of people are not going to the movies. So, no, we got to move it again. We got to move it to April 1st, 2022. And then we also have to move it to... No, I'm kidding. I would honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they moved it again. But, I mean, we're so close to the release that it's probably gonna come out April 1st. But look at this. This is ridiculous to me. For a movie that's not even that big. Look, Sony, if you want this film to be released in theaters, like you desperately need it to be, it better be good. Like, it better be a fucking masterpiece if you keep pushing it back. And yes, I know that over the past couple years, they have been doing reshoots for the movie. But I almost have this feeling that it's going to be like the next, the New Mutants. But with, like, less hype. And the only traction that I think it really has is Michael Keaton returning as the Vulture. And them promising, like, this shared cinematic universe with Spider-Man. So really, if you think about it, the film can't stand on its 2 feet. We're only excited because it is associated with bigger and better ideas. Bigger and better projects, like Spider-Man. Oh, but it's a vampire story in Marvel. We've never seen that before. At least in, like, the modern age. And to be honest, if I'm going to watch a vampire movie, I'm going to watch 30 Days of Night over this shit. Here are my thoughts on delayed movies, and you know, Morbius is like the king of the delayed movies before it's dethroned by Top Gun Maverick, which I know my friend Brandon, he's a huge Top Gun fan, has a big ass poster in his house. But dude, I love you, man, but I don't care about that one either. So back on Morbius, if Sony is trying so hard to avoid streaming for this movie, it better be good. And if it's not good, they're going to look kind of dumb. And honestly, I hope I look dumb recording this video and talking mad smack about this. Because who doesn't want a movie to succeed? I want this to do really well. I just think that we could have gotten it a long time ago. And we probably could have. And we probably wouldn't even remember it today. We'd just be like, oh yeah, whatever. That was like that one Marvel movie that they made. On to the next one, you know. People are going to be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home over this. People are going to be talking about Venom over this. So, I don't know what makes this movie so special. But hey, you know, it might blow us away. And I hope Sony proves me wrong. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down below, if you agree with me or not. Yeah. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bye.